What is going on, ladies and gents? rHavox here, and I am back with a brand new YouTube video. And yes, I've been on a little of a hiatus, but as you can see, it's only been about a week, 2 weeks since I uploaded, something like that. And half of that is because I had to get my PSN turned back on. But the video I promised y'all about the top 10 list, my favorite video games, my top 10 video games. This is what this video is about. So let's get into it. And at number 10, we got the old classic, Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man's always been one of my favorite games. Whenever I'm at like an arcade or somewhere that has a Miss Pac-Man machine, I have to play it. There's been plenty of times where I've been at the laundromat and they got Miss Pac-Man in there, and I just have to play it. I enjoy the game. It's a classic, and it's just overall a good game, and it never gets old. It never gets old. And at number 9, we have Yoshi's Island. Yoshi is probably one of my favorite Mario characters. Is my favorite Mario character. I use him in Mario Kart all the time, especially Mario Kart 64. And I just love the overall, overall feeling of Yoshi's Island. It's a great game, very fun. So yeah, enjoy that. Number 8 is actually a Call of Duty, and it is Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 is my favorite Call of Duty of all time. Amazing game, amazing kill streaks. Just the guns and stuff overall are just fun to use. Attack dogs, chopper, that combination was deadly. Along with the Blackbird, which I hope comes back in the next Call of Duty. Number 7 on the list, once again another classic. Mario Kart 64, a game where many friendships were ruined thanks to blue and red shells. I enjoyed this game. I've made up little mini games to play on this and like battle mode and stuff like that. And I just overall enjoyed this game. Playing split screen, splitting it up 4 ways on the 64, man. That was good times back then. Like I said, I loved using Yoshi in this. Everybody else liked Toad that I knew. They wanted to play with Toad, but hey, it didn't bother me cause I enjoyed playing with Yoshi. He was my favorite character to use on that game, and like I said earlier, he's my favorite Mario character. So let's get into number 6. Once again, another classic. Throwing it back, as you can see, I like the classic games as my favorites. But another classic, Mortal Kombat 3. I love Mortal Kombat 3. The babalities, the fatalities, the animalities, I think that's what they were called. I can't remember. You used to have the password, the codes, the cheat codes you could put in. Up, down, left, right, ABA, select AB, right, left, down, up. As you can see, I still remember those codes. And to this day, I could go back and play Mortal Kombat 3. It was just, like I said, it was an amazing Mortal Kombat. It had so many characters to choose from. I mean, yes, the modern day Mortal Kombat games have more, but this was, this was Sega, Super Nintendo, so they were limited to the amount of characters, but overall it was just an amazing game. It was fun, especially when you put the cheat codes in there. You just hit one button to use a fatality. Amazing game. So we're cracking into the top 5, and I kind of went through this pretty fast. I didn't think I would, but we'll crack into the top 5 here. And at number 5 is Pokemon Gold version. Yeah, you heard that right, Pokemon Gold. They improved a lot from the original Red, Blue, and Yellow games, and they just pretty much made it better. Added more Pokemon. And one thing I don't even think has been done in the Pokemon games since, and that is they allowed you to go back to a previous region. So after you beat Pokemon Gold, you were able to go back to Johto, work your way through Johto, and face all the gym leaders there. And like I said, this game was amazing. This was not my first Pokemon game like it was a lot of people that I heard that I know and that I've watched on YouTube and stuff like that. But I played the original Red, Blue, and Yellow, like I said. And this game, like I said, it was just amazing. Yes, there was its flaws still, but still it was an amazing game, and it made it onto my top 5 list. And number 4, another game that kind of ruined friendships, and that was GoldenEye 007. I remember playing this game for hours with people. We'll put on paintball mode, Um, we'll make up a little mini games on this one too. You know, we'll play split screen. You know, the man with the golden gun and snipers only and just stuff like that. It just made the game fun. You know, this was, to me, this is why I loved Call of Duty, is thanks to this game here. You know, if it wasn't for me playing GoldenEye when I was younger, I don't think I'd have been into Call of Duty the way I was. I mean, like I said, this was an amazing game. I enjoyed it. It don't hold up the way some of the I can't go back and play this game because you have to use the C buttons on the 64 controller, and yeah, that's an awkward movement. But anyway, let's get into number 3. And that's another classic, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Really love Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I love the fast pace of Sonic and stuff like that, kind of unlike Mario. But it was just fun. Once again, overall game, a lot of nostalgia. And once again, just a fun overall game. There's not really much to say because how simplistic it was. It was a beautiful game to look at. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is where you actually got to meet Tails. I don't think Tails are in the first one, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't think he was. So let's get into number 2. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. The greatest game ever made. One of the greatest games ever made. Love the story. Love the gameplay. It's just overall amazing game. And then finally, number 1, Final Fantasy VII, the greatest Final Fantasy ever made in my opinion. And I am getting to the end of this, and yeah. So as you can see, we are at the end. I want you to check out those channels you just saw. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, later.